This is Umar for BoxNation. We've just seen Anthony Joshua iron out Francis Ngannou. Luckily, he's okay, Francis, the first thing. Impressed with Anthony tonight, Johhny?
Yeah, that's how it should have been. That's what should have happened. You know, we spent the week trying to talk about the what-ifs and the whys. And the what-ifs were, what if Ngannou hit Anthony Joshua? How does Anthony Joshua react? You know, it should be day and night. You know, thank you.
We're leaving in a bit.
It should be day and night. You know, a boxing novice, a novice from another sport shouldn't be able to come into our sport and do anything other, especially at top tier. Ngannou is the king of his sport, and that's the case. And I'm quite sure if Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury went to the cage in the octagon, the same thing would happen to them. You know, but they've come into boxing, and Ngannou came to boxing, so you've got to give him credit for that. But this is what should happen. It shouldn't be any other way. What
do you think Tyson Fury is thinking at the moment?
He'd be pissed off.
Really?
He'd be pissed off because he'd be thinking, damn it, 'cause I know what stick I'm going to get. So at the time, he said, I had a great training camp. You know, so if you want us to believe that, then I'd be really pissed off. Because now what can you say? What can he say? Because after a great training camp and that happened, and look what Anthony Joshua's done. So he's basically got to say, all right, I didn't have a great training camp. So it's the public are thinking, well, which one do you want us to believe? So that's how it is. But listen, you asked me about Anthony Joshua and Ngannou, and I think he did a great job.
Eddie would say this is promoter, but he said he's the best heavyweight in the world, bar none. Thoughts? Go on, Adam, come in.
On that performance, you know, of course he's going to look slick. He was in against the novice. That's what always should have happened. Always should have happened. Francis Ngannou had the power and the punch power and everything that he brought from his sport. But he's a novice going in with a world-class fighter. You know, I'm a boxing snob. You know, and to me, it should never be any other way. All we could do is build a fight upon the if. What if Ngannou lands? And Ngannou was never ever. I'll tell you what I got wrong. I didn't think Anthony Joshua would knock him out. Did I get that wrong? He knocked him out because he used his skills. In the press conference, he said skills, skills, skills. All the things he's achieved. Why shouldn't it be that way?
Adam, is this a peak Anthony Joshua?
It's a fantastic Anthony Joshua, and it was a brilliant AJ when I was here. You going? See you later.
I just want to say one thing. The last time I had you two on camera, you said Usyk's an average cruiser. No, average southpaw. Average southpaw.
Yes, I did.
Yes, bye-bye. He's off. I thought it was a brilliant performance from Anthony Joshua, and I'm so pleased for him because the pressure that he's had on his shoulders all the way through, it was a no-gain fight, really, this. And people are going to say Francis Ngannou, a two-fight novice, and that's the way he should have won, but nobody really predicted the manner. And I just flashed back, actually, to Lennox Lewis and Razor Ruddock, or Lennox Lewis and Gallotta. And you know, Lewis, for me, is our greatest heavyweight, and AJ and Fury have got a way to go still. But the manner of that destruction, I don't think Ngannou recovered from the first knockdown. It was a beautiful right hand. He came back to his corner. They had to get a stool out. I think they were thinking of having him stand between rounds, and they got a stool quickly in. He didn't look right. He came back out, knocked down again. The fight should have been stopped after the second knockdown. He didn't need that third punch. But thankfully, he's back on his feet. Courageous guy. Just to show the difference, right? This is a boxing fight. This is our world, and as brave as Francis Ngannou is, I mean, yes, he did really well against Tyson Fury, but Tyson was just dreadful that night. For AJ, he sort of had to do this, but the way he did it was clinical, it was composed. I think he's looking terrific under Ben Davison. I'm loving that partnership. I thought he looked great against Otto Wallin, and I don't think he got enough credit that night. People were saying B-level fighter, Otto didn't turn up. No, Otto Wallin's a good heavyweight, and AJ just totally dominated him, and he's done it again tonight. He can only beat who's in front of him. I think next should be, he can't wait. If Fury and Usyk are going to fight twice, he's going to have to fight in the meantime, keep the momentum going. It's Filip Hrgović, surely.
I know Fury and Usyk have got a two-way rematch clause. However, Eddie kind of hinted, he spoke to His Excellency tonight, and perhaps depending on what happens in the fight with Fury and Usyk, Joshua could go straight in with the winner. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that could be a situation.
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody has always wanted that fight. People have thought who's going to win. Many had Joshua at the beginning, then they had Fury, and now again, it's a bit like Brook and Khan those years. And I don't think you can predict a winner. It's on Tyson's last fight, and AJ's this. You think AJ, but stars make fights, don't they? And let's wait for Fury Usyk. That's a huge fight in itself. You know, Usyk could well beat Fury, and then what happens then? Does Joshua fight him for a third time? And you know, it's just great these heavyweight fights are being made. You've got Deontay Wilder, you've got Dillian Whyte coming back, and I think in Ireland you've got Daniel Dubois, Hrgovic. You know, Zhang was, I mean, 2 knockdowns and he couldn't win that fight. He just sort of plodded his way through, and Joe Parker got better and better, and you know, just won it in the last few, didn't he? And I'm so pleased for Joe Parker as well. You know, 2 nice guys have won tonight, Parker and AJ, and you know, Francis Ngannou is a great story, but MMA is MMA, and you know, we saw it with Mayweather, McGregor, and Conor is amazing in that world, but he came into Mayweather's territory, and that's what happened tonight. And Ngannou came into Joshua's, and unfortunately, he got dismantled and he got destroyed. It was a brutal, brutal win.
Adam, it's very late here. It's about 4 AM in Riyadh, so I'll let you go. Just want to say, though, before we close off, it's great to see you back at these events and in full health. So, and I think I'll speak for everyone in boxing.
That's very kind of you. I've got to get on a flight because I'm going home to the GBM Sports Show tomorrow and doing that in Coventry. So it's a big weekend. It should be a good show. I mean, it may not be the people that you've heard of like tonight, but it's the young up-and-comers, and I like that side of boxing as well. So, yeah, I'm really pleased to be back, and thank you for your kind words, Umar. I really appreciate that.
Adam Smith's back in full flow. That's what we want. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.